Okay, welcome back. We're hitting those compositions just like I said we would. So we're going to go ahead, and these first ones are numerical. These next ones are algebraic, okay? So I give you what your three equations are, and we're just going to work our way through it. So first one, it's asking for f of g of 4. You're always going to start on the inside. So this is saying we're going to take 4 and we're going to plug it into g. So our g equation's right here. So instead of x squared minus 10, we're going to have 4 squared minus 10. Because we're plugging in 4 to that g equation. So plugging in 4 right here for that x. This is going to give us 16 minus 10, which is going to give us 6. Okay, so this answer is what you are taking, and that is what we are plugging into the f equation. All right, so always just moving back one. So if you want to, once you get the answer to this, rewrite it. That's like saying, okay, now I'm looking for f of 6. You know what that means. So now you're taking 6 and you're going to plug it into this equation. So instead of 2x plus 4, we're going to have 2 times 6 plus 4, which is going to give us 12 plus 4, which is going to give us a final answer of 16. Next one is you guys are working back 3. So now we're taking 2 and we're plugging it into f to start. So it's going to be 2 times 2 plus 4. Again, took that 2, plugged it in for x. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So that is the solution you get to the first one. So now let's rewrite what we have. We have h of g of 8. So now follow that same rule. Now I'm taking 8 and I'm plugging it into g. So if you take 8 and plug it into g, we're plugging it in right here. So we're going to have 8 squared minus 10. Well, 8 squared is 64. 64 minus 10 would give us 54. And that's our next answer. So now let's rewrite again. So now we're asking for h of 54. So now we're going to use this equation. So we're going to say 3 times 54 minus 6. Okay, 3 times 54 is 162. So 162 minus 6 is going to give us 156. So the square root of 156. Now, when you're thinking about, like when you guys took that last quiz, if you're thinking about, can I break this down any further or anything like that, you're thinking about, okay, are there any perfect squares that go into this? And that's how you're going to break something down. So automatically, if I'm thinking about 156, I'm going to start dividing them by the perfect squares. Okay, well, 156 divided by 1, that doesn't matter. So if I do 156 divided by 4, 156 divided by 4, and you might have to work it out on the side, is going to give you 39. Okay, so I can rewrite this as 4 times 39. Okay, so these two things mean the exact same thing. Square root of 156 and the square root of 4 times 39 mean the exact same thing. This is a perfect square, so this perfect square can get pulled out. When it gets pulled out, you are taking its square root. So you're going to rewrite this as 2 times the square root of 39, and that would be your final answer, okay? I highly doubt the number is going to be as big as 156, but it might be, so you got to make sure you know how to break it down. So you just start dividing 156 by 4, 156 by 9, 156, and kind of keep building your way up and up and up and up. Okay, that one's kind of a hard one numerically, but hopefully that helped. Okay, next one's algebraically. So algebraically, this is telling me that I'm taking the whole h of x equation and I am plugging it into g. So if I take this whole h of x and plug it into g, I'm going to have the square root of 3x minus 6 squared minus 10. Okay, because when this gets plugged in, it's getting plugged in for x right here, and that x is being squared. So that means this whole equation needs to be squared. Now I need to start to break it down. If I have a square root being squared, those things are going to cancel, and it's going to be 3x minus 6 minus 10, which is going to give me 3x minus 16. So g of h of x is equal to 3x minus 16. Okay, next one is we're going to take h and we're going to plug it into g, which is what we just did. And then we're going to take that and we're going to plug it into f. Okay, so again, if I take h of x and plug it into g of x, I'm getting all right, these again are going to cancel, and I'm getting 3x minus 6 minus 10, which is going to give me 3x minus 16. Okay, now, so this is what I get right here when I plug in this part. So now I'm taking this equation, and I'm going to plug it in to my f equation. So it's going to look like 2 times 3x minus 16 plus 4. That is taking this whole piece and replacing the x right there. Now I'm going to break it down. So I'm going to distribute. And I'm going to have 6x minus 32 plus 4. Negative 32 plus 4 is going to give me 6x minus 28. We really need to make sure that you guys have down all of your mental math. Do not do well on this because you're not as good with your addition, subtraction, multiplication, all that good stuff. Okay, so that's an example of that. Little crooked. I hope that helps. Again, I can always give you more equations if you need more equations, but this is about what you would see on a test if they gave it to you. So whether they give you a number or whether they give you an equation. If they give you a number to start, you should get a number as your answer. If they gave you a number here, I got a number as my answer. But if they give you an equation to start, you should finish with an equation. So make sure you're checking that as well. All right, see you in the next video.